it's Grandma Roseanne, and we're going to make some candy today. We're going to make some peppermint patties. I absolutely love them. They're delicious and they're super easy to make. So what I have in here is 4 tablespoons of softened butter, and we're going to mix this up. You won't believe how quick this is. We're just going to cream that a little bit, and then I have 1 can of evaporated milk. Now, be sure you get evaporated milk and not condensed milk. They're 2 different products, so you want evaporated milk. So we're going to pour that in. We want our peppermint flavoring. So I have got peppermint here, and I'm going to start out with 2 teaspoons. Maybe. There. Now, depending on how pepperminty you like yours, you might want to go with 3, but we're going to start out here. Whoa, it's better if you don't wear it. Now I have sifted 7 cups of powdered sugar, so we're going to start adding that slowly, not all at once. Smells good. You can start seeing the consistency change. It's starting to thicken up. This makes a lot of candies. A look at your recipe, and then you take a look at what you're creating. So if you'll come and take a look over here, you'll see that we are very liquidy still, very liquidy. And we wanted the consistency of Play-Doh. So what I'm going to do is add additional powdered sugar. Now, what can create the difference? It can be moisture, it can be humidity, it can be heat. All kinds of things can affect this. So as long as you don't go by, oh, it's 7 cups, period. As long as you go by, it's 7 cups, and do I have the consistency of Play-Doh, then you're going to be okay. Adjustments have to happen in the kitchen. I think we're at the right consistency, even though the recipe said 7 cups, which I have made this many times. It actually ended up taking 9 cups. So as I said earlier, look at the product that you're making and make the adjustments as you need to. That was a pretty hefty adjustment, but the taste is there, and that's all that really matters. Let me get all this stuff off of here. And then what we're looking for is something that kind of looks like this. Kind of like Play-Doh. Little sticky, okay? Now this has to refrigerate. Now I'm just going to cover it with a plastic wrap. I'm going to put it in for a minimum of 30 minutes. But like I said, at this stage, you can leave it there for a few days if you choose to. So I will be back when we're ready to form. This is chilled down and it's really nice and firm. So I pulled it out of the refrigerator. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of powdered sugar so it doesn't stick on the parchment paper. Now I'm going to take out a portion of this and see the consistency like Play-Doh. You see, that's what you're looking for. This one I'm putting back in the refrigerator because I want it to stay very, very chilled. That's going to be an important process here. A little bit more on the top, and now we're going to roll it. Now to me, this is the preferred method. But if you prefer to take it in like maybe teaspoonfuls and put it onto a baking sheet and press it down, feel free to do that. I just think, for me, this is easier. And I think I'm more consistent too. And as you pat it, what you're going to find is that you'll be able to tell the thickness and the consistency all the way around. Now this is fairly thick, and I like that because we really like the fill. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this covered, and I'm going to put it on a plate, and I'm going to put it into the freezer. It's going to go in the freezer for about 15 minutes, and you want to make sure it's really frozen solid. If you don't have room in your freezer, like most of the time I don't, put it in your refrigerator, but it'll have to go there for about an hour. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, but I want to show you how to start the chocolate. Now, how you coat your peppermint patties is entirely up to you. You can use light chocolate, dark chocolate, bittersweet chocolate, whatever it is you like. But how you handle your chocolate is really important. If you choose to use a double broiler, which I did for a long time, you can get an actual double broiler, or just get a pan, put a bowl on top of it. Just make sure, if you're using a water method like that, that the boiling, never boiling, that the simmering water does not touch the bottom of the bowl, or it will burn it. And then you just keep it at that very even simmer, and it'll perfectly melt the chocolate. The other way you can do it, and I don't recommend it, I don't know, maybe I just didn't do it right, is to microwave it. I microwaved it a few times and I burnt it a few times. Chocolate will burn so fast, and once it does, throw it away. There is nothing you can do that I'm aware of that can bring it back to a usable state. But what I love is this little gizmo by Wilton, and it's a chocolate melting little pot, and it is wonderful for a few reasons. It melts it slowly, which is what you want, but it maintains the heat. So it never gets cold, it never gets dry, it just stays exactly like it should. So I'm using dark chocolate here, and I'm just gonna put a few in just to get it started, and then we'll just keep adding more until we have as many in here as we would like to have in order to start our frozen patties to melt beautifully. Are you ready? I'm ready. We're going to peel off our parchment. I'm going to save that because I'm going to use it again. Alrighty, I have a cutter here. Oh, it must be about 1.5 inches, I think. A little bit of powdered sugar and a perfect round. Well, I cut out some before you came back because I wanted to make sure our consistency was right and it was looking good. So what I have got is this small, probably 1.5 inches round, a little bit of powdered sugar. Cut it, pop it out, and dip it in your chocolate. Then you want to just pull it out, get the excess off of it, and then we just slide it off, just like that. Then we'll do another one. Just cut it, pop it in your chocolate, pick it up with your fork or whatever you're using. I'm using it's an actual chocolate, I don't know what you call it. It's just got, it doesn't matter, use a fork. And then pop it off. But you have to work pretty quick here, you guys. So I'm just doing very small batches. And I've got more that's in the freezer. I think because these do not look perfect and professional, I think it just speaks to the fact that it's homemade. At least I hope that's what it speaks to. I know cameraman would like to get a look at this going in. So before I pop the next one in, I'll tell you so you can come up and get a good look. Okay, come on. We make a nice cut, pop it out, and then drop it in the chocolate, tip it over, and shake off the excess. And if they start getting too soft on you, just pop them back into the freezer. All right, we have got enough done that I want to go ahead and pop them back into the refrigerator for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, and then we can taste them, and they will be really good. We have a finished product. And what we did, well, we didn't, I say we very loosely, but cameraman went and bought a York peppermint patty, because I thought it's only fair to do a taste test to the comparison of a good peppermint. So these are our completed product, and if you will take a look, are they perfect? No, they're not. Do I care? No, I don't, because anyone who tastes this is not going to hand it back to me and say, but it wasn't perfectly round. So anyway, let's open this puppy up. And we will compare filling. What do you think about that? And we will cut the peppermint patty and get a look. So we pulled out the York patty, and it's here. And we pulled out your patty, and it's here. Look at the difference, you guys. If you want a really flavorful mint patty, you've got to have some filling in it. And this is delicious. It really is. So in a comparison, I would take ours over theirs any day, any day. But is the taste as superior, or is it mediocre, or is it best? Here goes. It's creamy and oh so good peppermint. Oh my goodness, I love them. I love them. Now we just made a few to show you. I've got a whole bunch more that I'm going to make. I'm going to ship them off to my grandkids. They are going to be loving life when they get them. So thank you. I'm going to leave all the ingredients below. Please remember, this is important. As you're putting your powdered sugar in, if it doesn't get to the consistency of Play-Doh, continue to add more sugar, powdered sugar, okay? Just beat it really well. Sometimes it will make a difference depending on the weather. With that being said, I will ask you to subscribe. If you had fun, come back anytime. You are always welcome in my kitchen. Talk to you later. See you on the next video. Bye.